Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Order 77. My name is James. Let's talk some Star Wars. Oops, probably got an echo there. That's okay, though. We'll get this whole thing figured out. So, I thought I was going to have a guest today, but did it way too late. I started reaching out to people about an hour, maybe 45 minutes ago or so. So, yeah, that was my bad on my part. I am going to work on that. I think we're looking at right now Monday at 1 p.m. Central, possibly doing a show. I'm going to try to get two or three people on so we can talk Star Wars, basically. So, the first topic I'm going to get into today is a theory on Reddit. Not that I'm going to do a whole lot of these, but sometimes these are kind of interesting, and especially when they're so easy to basically disprove. This one is by Hard Drizzle. It says, maybe the Sasha Banks character in season 2 is Dr. Aphra. Mando hears about an archaeologist who might know something about the Jedi. He finds her and she points him to either the Jedi Temple or to Ilum. Also, if you Google Dr. Aphra TV show, The Mandalorian is the first hit. Maybe? Either way, if Aphra isn't in The Mandalorian, she'll be in the Ahsoka show, or her show could be in the show in development we've been hearing about. First of all, the first thing I got to say about this is Dr. Aphra's Asian. In fact, a lot of people in the comments on in there basically said the same thing. She is Asian. She's not African American, and not only that, but so I'm probably a fourth of the way through the audiobook, the radio drama for Dr. Aphra, and she's just her personality doesn't look like she'd have that. I don't think she'd have that scowl you see at in the trailer with Sasha Banks. She does. I just don't buy it. Dr. Aphra would not have that kind of scowl. I don't think. I think Sabine is more likely, but once again, what's up with these? If she plays either Dr. Aphra or Sabine Wren, then she's basically taking characters who are technically, I guess, supposed to be Asian and running with an African American actress. I think there's just so many better options for her to be playing. More than likely, somebody that we've never met before. Somebody just with that look, either somebody that's just really serious about what's going on, or somebody that's on the dark side. So, yeah, I don't. Yeah, Dr. Aphra, even if she is, and she could very well be in The Mandalorian. If there's somebody that Din Djarin's gonna find that's gonna help him locate the Jedi, finding an archaeologist, somebody who studies things, somebody who has been out in the galaxy looking for things and finding things, is probably a good person to go to. So, could Dr. Aphra be in The Mandalorian? Very likely. Is Sasha Banks playing her? No. Hey, what's up, Alexander? How you doing today? So that is my opinion on that. Dr. Aphra is not being played by Sasha Banks. Uh, I've spoken. Other things today. So earlier I did talk about I did a video just for it. I'm no longer going to be doing the reaction videos just because I got two videos get blocked for it, and I just don't want to hassle with that. I'm going to be doing rewatches on the Clone Wars and eventually Rebels, and there it won't be a reaction. It will be more of a recap slash just my thoughts on it. Um, just talking about the episodes. So I think that will work a little bit better. I won't have to worry about copyright strikes or anything like that. Star Wars Squadrons is super fun. A lot of people seem to like it. Uh, good, good. Is it easy to get in the lobbies? I guess is the question. Is it easy to get into games? Because I think if it is, that's going to make. I mean, if people can find games easy, they're going to be more likely to stick with it. The real question is it going to get boring? Are people going to start, feeling like they're playing the same game over and over and over again? Because if that's the case, then it could be one of those games that starts off really, really strong and then completely, it's fizzles out pretty quickly. So, what else do I want to talk about? Well, it's super easy to get into lobbies. That always makes a huge difference. As far as other Star Wars stuff that I want to talk about, I want to talk about just basically the Mandalorian. Like, what do we think is going to happen in this next season of the Mandalorian? And I think, and I've said it before, I think Din Djarin's going to be looking for Jedi. But where I might differ a little bit on my thoughts on that is that originally I was pretty convinced that he's going to be looking for Jedi in particular and not Yoda's species. But one thing we have to remember is at this point, Din Djarin doesn't know the difference. For all he knows, Jedi are all little green creatures. So it's very likely that he could be looking for the planet of Yoda's species because that's who he thinks Jedi are. So it might be interesting if he runs into Ahsoka or Luke or somebody like that. Because then all of a sudden he's like, whoa, wait a second. That's a Jedi? I thought they were all, little tiny creatures that babies are 50 years old and are green. Um, well, we see Yoda's species. I am not sure. We will not. I am almost 100% sure in my mind at least that we will not see Yoda's species in season 2. It's possible we see more of them in season 3 or 4. I think they said they have 5 seasons, 4 seasons planned out. I think they're going for 5 if I've read correctly. So it wouldn't surprise me maybe in season 3 or 4, maybe 5, that we see more of Yoda's species. But in the end, do I think that Yoda's going to be left with this species, or do I think he's going to be left with a different Jedi type? Not even necessarily Luke, because then that means that he would have been in the new Jedi Order when um, Ben Solo went to the dark side, and that could have been bad for the child. Let's see. Oh, and then what was I say? Oh, speaking of Luke, do I think Luke is going to appear in this next season of Mandalorian? Nope. Yeah, to its own kind, but they were talking about Jedi when specifically the armor was talking about the Jedi when she said that and when they were talking about it. So his own kind would be Jedi to me. Luke himself won't be in, or as far as we won't physically see Luke in this season of The Mandalorian. There is another possibility though. And first of all, if he is in the series at all, it won't be Mark Hamill being de-aged. I'm convinced that they'll recast him. Um, I do firmly believe that they're going to be spending a lot of time in uh, this time period, this post Jedi. Within the first 10 years, 15 years after the Return of the Jedi, I think that there's zero chance that we don't see Luke, Leia, and Han. It would be in their prime, some of the most important years of their lives, and so to think that we won't see them is ridiculous to me. I do think that the possibilities for Luke to be in Mandalorian season 2 would be in that scene where we see the X wings. I believe they're X wings flying next to Mando's ship, and we could possibly get a Mark Hamill voice cameo because they wouldn't have to show him. All they'd have to do is just have Mark Hamill say a few lines saying that uh, this is Luke Skywalker, and asking him questions, or do whatever the dialogue might be, and that could be really cool. And they could do that without having to de-age, maybe mess with his audio just a little bit so he sounds closer to the way he was in Return of the Jedi, but still, uh, I think that could be pretty exciting. I don't like the idea of them de-aging him. If they're going to do anything, they need to bring in a new actor. We could see a Jedi from Luke's New Order. So I think this would be right about the time when he would be really getting in the New Order together. So maybe we could see somebody who is going to get trained by Luke, but maybe hasn't yet. Maybe we run into somebody that's force sensitive, who's working for a bounty hunter or whatever, and either Ahsoka or somebody else recognizes that they're force sensitive and puts them on the right track. They could be somebody that's whose morality is ambiguous, where maybe they are bounty hunting just because that's what they have to do to survive, and then when they're given an opportunity to do something good, they take that opportunity and maybe go to Luke's new Jedi Order. which would be really, really cool to see. Other things that we might see in Mandalorian. We haven't really heard too much about Hera possibly being in there. I think that's a good possibility. From what I've heard, she does make an appearance in Squadrons. If I'm incorrect, let me know. That's one of the few reasons why I would even want to get the game, is to see uh, what she's up to, and I'll probably just find videos of her scenes, which they're probably up by now. I would guess that people already have the cutscenes already cut into movies right now, so I might actually check that out after this. But anyways, I think that's all I have for today. I'm going to try to get on with some co-hosts or guests tomorrow at about 1 p.m. and have a little bit more to talk about. And I'm going to continue doing these things. I know that for right now, they might be a little bit rough because I just don't have a whole lot to fill the time without more questions. I'll be a little bit more prepared next time. But anyways, I'm going to take off. May the force be with you. Peace out.